How did you wind up going to the WWF?
Again, it was just a matter of a little bit of trying. Finally got the call from Bruce Pritchard. What they were set out to do is, and again, we didn't know this till, this is the funny part. Meltzer puts out a sheet, and he says in there, this is before I even did my first match. It said, WWE hired 5 veterans to be like mid-card to lower mid-card guys, jobbers, whatever word he used. But it was already, like, again, you're already slotted.
Okay.
I didn't even put a freaking pair of tights on yet.
Right.
I was hired with Bill Irwin as the Goon. I was hired with Tracy Smothers. I was hired with Alex Porteau. And I was hired with Tony Anthony, the plumber.
Right.
We came in there. I named us, if you see Tracy Smothers, he remembers. We nicknamed ourselves KOD 5. Kiss of Death 5. Because we had the kiss of death before we ever stepped in the fucking ring.
Right.
Okay? Veteran, think about it. Everybody was average to solid worker, okay? To where they started doing more house shows, they just had to bump up the roster, okay? I just wanted to get in the door. I just want to get my foot in the door. I wanted to say that I accomplished your lifelong goal as much as WCW. WWF was a step higher. So we went in there and met with Vince and everybody. The 5 of us together.
Oh, really?
I wasn't in love with that. Because we were put in the package.
Right.
We were put all there together. I was saying bullshit, whatever you want to feed us. So we did a fitting. And I was in Puerto Rico. I went there to do a couple weekends before I started with Vince. And I got a call from Pritchard. They said, we came up with, I said, what name am I going to use? Which direction are we going to go?
Mm-hmm.
And they come up and calls me. I remember the day I'm sitting on the bed. He goes, you're going to be that. You're going to be Salvatore Sincere.
Is this Vince telling you or Pritchard?
This is Pritchard. And I'm like, all right, so what's the deal? He goes, you're going to be that brash and cocky and, you're going to be yourself. You're going to come out there and you're going to just, wow the ladies and you're going to, shoot people the finger without shooting them the finger, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Okay, so it was probably the most fun I had because I could be myself. Okay, and the best part of it was now looking back, they never really had any plans, but you just coexisted. Okay,
Right.
The best part of it was getting all this great feedback. Like I still have to this day. I'll have other workers come up to me. Oh man, I love that Salvatore Sincere gimmick. It was so much fun. I said, well, the difference was it was a gimmick, but it wasn't anything that they set up for me. It was kind of like, I just kind of did what I wanted to do.
Right.
Where I was like, the typical, ask, offer the handshake, do this, blow kisses, kiss your opponent, like the Italian.
Right, I got it.
Italian thing you could do. You could. In other words, if they gave it a little bit of thought, a little bit of attention, they could have done so much more with it. The character that I built was all my own stuff, just between facial expressions. Chicken shit heel always got over his business.
Right.
Chicken shit heel. It was great colors for television, like fuchsia and white, real colorful. When the other guy's wearing a plumbing outfit, the one guy's wearing a half-ass hockey outfit, one guy's wearing blue tights, the other guy's wearing red tights.
Right.
I'm thinking, I'm the shit with this outfit. I mean, So I knew I was doing good when I'm in there. 15-minute segment on Monday Night Raw with The Undertaker.
Right.
15-minute Saturday afternoon Superstars with Shawn Michaels when he was the champ. And they were your greatest matches because of who you were in there with.
Right.
I mean, again, I'm getting the chills thinking about that because of who they were. They're not going to just put anybody in there with them. And they know I can work. They know I'm a part. I can bring it. And the thing was, you can't remember the last time anything meant anything, like when you're in there with these matches where like WWE, and I brought it to him. Like Shawn looked at it like, there's no big deal. It's like, ho-hum match for him. Like, do I have to go and do this match? Like, he didn't have any respect for me. I was nobody to him, but I just brought it to him. And that's how much I was stiff. I said, you know what? To this day, like people that know me, when I throw a chop, I throw a chop. I don't give a fuck if it's Shawn Michaels.
Right.
He's a pussy. He's not going to beat anybody's ass.
Right.
I mean, if it was somebody else where I legitimately thought they could beat my ass, maybe I might pull the chop a little bit, but not much. It's part of the business, right? It's part of wrestling. Undertaker, same way. It was Monday Night Raw. You see, you're bringing it, and that's what people remember. And that's what I always heard. Oh, I remember Undertaker. And again, I'm not claiming to be the greatest wrestler in the world, but when you bring it, when you're on the stage, it's your time to perform.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not the most gifted. I'm not the most flexible. I'm not the greatest wrestler, but you can say you were there and you coexisted with these guys. Okay? You were there. You were on the same level. They were no better or worse. You couldn't control your push. They controlled it.
Right.
But my thing was, when you know you're having a great match, I could see if you're fucking up spots. Again,
Right.
I mentioned earlier. But when you're in there, and then again, that's why I go back to Scorpio. Now we had matches that meant something. Okay? And then he's doing all this shit, and the place is going crazy. And then you're watching the rest of the show. You're seeing one real stinker after another. And you're saying, guess what? I can hold my head high, and you just be proud. So out of those 5 guys, you did your initial contract, and then they let them all go, except me. So that was the best part. I can honestly say out of those 5, I was the only guy that got a real contract after that first bullshit contract.
Right.
So I was able to win them over, going in where I knew I didn't have any kind of push. I knew I didn't have any kind of people on my side. No nepotism. I wasn't banging Vince's daughter or anything like that. None of that bullshit. I did it on my own merit. Okay, and you're in there. I'm used to these freaking rings that are 18 foot, and you go in their rings are 24 foot. I mean, you're working. You take it for granted when you watch it on TV. You just see a ring. When you go from this to that, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
But again, that was my biggest accomplishment, being able to say that I won them over, can never control what level you get to, made a lot of money, because what's good about it was other guys that were fighting for house shows, I kind of had a spot.
Mm-hmm.
I was on all the house shows.
Right.
Just watching your bank account go up and up and up and up. And you're like, you know what? This is what it's all about.
Exactly.
This is what it's all about.
What were your initial impressions of Vince?
He's non-confrontational. Now, if you look back over years when you hear guys beating his ass like Nails did and other guys that came after him, Vince tries to avoid that. Vince will kiss your ass to your face. First, if you say describe in one word, businessman. All business. Sees you, greatest, you shakes your hand, puts his arm around you. Don't matter who you are. Top guy, bottom guy. But then when you turn your back, that's when the knife goes in.
Right.
Tell you, oh yeah, great man, do this. Oh, we're gonna do this with you. He wasn't a scumbag like Paulie, okay? But he's all business. I mean, multi-millionaire. He doesn't want me coming up and sucker punching or punching him in the face.
Right.
He wants to be my best friend. He wants the agents to come and say, okay, well, you're going to do the job again tonight and again and again and again. But when you see him, oh, he did great last night. It was my favorite match, all this other bullshit. So he's non-confrontational. He doesn't want to do the dirty work. He wants to be positive and happy in your face. And as soon as you turn away, that's when the knife goes in your back.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.